Hello there, Nerdfighters! Wait a minute, weren't we going to be wearing the clerical collar in our videos? Wasn't that going to become our thing? Yes, but unfortunately right now the clerical collar shirt is in the laundry, and we had this great question, and I wanted to tackle it in a video, and we're going to do it now while I have the inspiration, so go! So a Nerdfighter wrote in to ask me about the subject of prayer, its efficacy, and what it's capable of doing. I will get to the general question, but there was a particular part of it that really interested me. What do you think of people who combine prayer with sport? Is prayer supposed to be a personal thing? Can it be on the world stage? Is it okay to pray for a touchdown? And given that the football season is right around the corner, and you might have noticed that I'm a fan, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about the role of prayer in sport and sport fandom. Now, the quick and easy answer is, of course, none. If you start from the assumption that you do have a line of communication to the all-powerful creator of the universe, it's probably safe to say that you should use that for something other than trying to sway the outcome of a sporting event. And if you assume nothing and only look at the record, it very quickly becomes clear that prayer during games is absolutely not a guarantor of the outcome. That's right, Tim Tebow, I'm looking at you. And for a lot of people, that would mean that the conversation is already over. I mean, once you know that you can't really affect the outcome of a game with prayer, and it seems maybe a little bit frivolous to even attempt to do so in the first place, why would you do it? But that's clearly not the whole story. You see, people who don't understand prayer often think of it as an attempt to do magic, or some sort of cheat code that believers use to hack the universe to get the outcomes to go the way they want, but that's not what prayer is supposed to be. Prayer is not arcana, it is not magic. Prayer is very simple. Prayer is talking to God. And a big point of the more monotheist religions is to have a relationship with God, for which prayer is a tool. And so if something is important to you, in order for this relationship to be real, you want to talk about the things that are important to you. And for a whole lot of people, that includes sport. And so when you think about prayer that way, praying about sport or sporting events becomes much less ridiculous. It's not necessarily trying to manipulate events. You're talking about something that's important to you, to someone you want to have a relationship with. We do that sort of thing all the time. We don't only talk about important things, we talk about the frivolous things that matter to us. That's a pretty fun relationship. I mean, for a second, imagine that you're God and you want to have a relationship with these people that you created. If they only ever talk to you about the huge, world-breaking, cracking, terrible things that are going on, wouldn't that very quickly become exhausting to you? Now, of course, this is me putting humans in God's shoes, which we generally try not to do, but let's go for some sympathy here. Now, admittedly, it can be a little annoying to me when supposedly Christian athletes pray on the field, because that's something you're supposed to do in secret, not in a way of showing people, look how religious I am. The Bible literally tells you not to do that, so that's always a bit weird. But at the same time, every Sunday before I go out to lead a worship service, I pray that God would help me use my abilities to the best of my ability. And it's probably sort of hypocritical to not like athletes who do the same thing. And it cannot be argued that I'm very, very religious in public. So pretty much condemning them for that is about the most hypocritical thing I could do. And so in conclusion, while I don't think that prayer would be an effective method of controlling the outcome of sporting events, I don't think you're out of line talking to God about sporting events or praying that you be able to perform to the best of your abilities during them. Just remember, however, while God does not have a favorite football team, God's mom does. And that is the Fighting Irish of the University of Notre Dame. And if you don't think that a Jewish mother knows how to get her son to do something for her, you haven't been paying attention to sitcoms very much lately. Go Irish, and DFTBA.